Hey dudes, John here, and welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Today we're going to be talking about how to install mods on Minecraft. Once again, we're going to be going over this, and we're going to be going over a few questions and answers towards the end of the video. I'm going to put a link right here below my face. You can see all the different little cutoff points for the video. So if you see something you need to skip ahead to, you feel free to go ahead and do that. But I do advise watching the video all the way through so that way you don't miss any steps. If this is just a refresher, go ahead and skip through to where you need to go. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and jump into modding Java edition of Minecraft. Let's go ahead and bring my microphone up a little bit so I can talk a little more clearly. There we go. So we got Minecraft runs up to 1.15 pre-4 right now. I don't believe there's any mods for 1.15 Forge for 1.15 just yet. That'll be coming up shortly, but we want to do a little Forge modding right now, and we do have 1.14.4 if you wanted to download the latest launcher. Now, older versions of the launcher, like if you go into 1.12.2, there is a specific Windows version and a specific version for everything else. So in the installer I use when I install it on my Mac, Windows installer I use for running on this machine here. But this one here I use on my Mac, which is my editing laptop and my editing desktop over here. 1.12.2 is the last version that has the most amount of mods and the most amount of mod packs. Actually, only one that has all mod packs. If you go into Bedrock, you can get into add-ons and stuff like that where you can add it to the game itself. But those take a lot more practice and a lot more work in order to do that. But I will do a video on doing add-ons for Bedrock very, very shortly. That should be coming up hopefully soon, maybe this month. It should be this month because I want to make sure I have it perfected. I'm not missing anything. I don't like missing things when I show you guys how to do stuff. But today I'm going to show you guys how to install 1.14.4. I know it's the latest one, but it doesn't have a whole lot of mods, at least not very good mods that I care to play. There's no like Tinker's Construct or anything like that that works well with it. So we'll just give it a shot, but we'll go ahead and show you guys how that works. So I'm going to download on this page here. You're going to notice there are ads, and they're not bad ads. They're not like the Xbox One Pass. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to download the latest installer, not the recommended one. I know this one can be a little more buggy, but it will be the latest, and it'll be the one that most mod developers have gone through the effort of making sure it works for. Now it jumps you over to this ad focus page. They got rid of this for a little while, but they brought it back. Don't touch anything here. It says, please allow to continue. Don't click on anything else on this page. Like I just closed that window out. I wouldn't even do that normally, but I know I'm fairly okay with messing with this page. Don't close this out because that is actually a link to this download. Your software is ready to download. That's not true. Don't do this. Don't click this. See up here in the top right hand corner, this really, really faint skip. Yeah, that's all you really need to click. It's kind of dumb. I really don't like it. I really don't appreciate it actually. But this little faint skip they put in here, so it kind of forces you to download the little thing in the center there. But don't touch any of that stuff. That's all trash and it's bad for your machine. So I'm going to download this to my downloads folder. And you're going to notice I probably already have versions of I have Forge 1.14.3. We don't have 0.4. So here we go. It's going to download over here. If you are using Chrome and it gives you an error right now, you're going to have to turn off safe browsing. It'll let you download that. Then just remember to turn it back on after you're done downloading it. Okay, so it's just not recognized by Chrome as being a safe piece of software. But it is. It's absolutely fine. I've used it for almost a decade now, Forge, as far as Forge goes. Before you install Forge, make sure that you have had run that version of Minecraft at least one time. So if we're doing 1.14.4, which is right here, latest release, where is it? Latest release, you have to have hit play and launched the game in that version before you install that version of Forge. So if you installed 1.12.2 and you've never played that version of Forge, then you will have to go through and play it one time. You don't have to jump into a world, you just have to launch the launcher in that version. Does that make sense? I really hope so because I sound like I'm confusing the crap out of myself. But nonetheless, you have to have done that before you install Forge. So now let's go ahead and install Forge as well. It may also give you a Java update error. If it does that, I'll show you guys what to do with that after we install Forge. So now we can close this window out. We don't need it anymore. Unless you're going to download another version of Forge, then I wouldn't go back. I never hit back on these things. I would just go type in Minecraft Forge. and only go to this site. I'm going to put a link in the description for all the things I mentioned in this video. Files.minecraftforge.net is the only website to go to download Forge. All right, so now we're going to go into our downloads folder. I'm going to show you guys this particular file. There it is, 1.14 Forge. So we're going to go ahead and install that. If you guys saved it to a different location, that's fine. I save all my stuff to my downloads folder. That way it's easy for me to find, and then I can delete stuff as I stop using them. You're going to double click that, and it's going to give you this installer. If you see a different installer, anything that looks different than this, close it out. Please close it out. There are links from different download sites that say you are downloading Forge, but you're downloading an installer that is not this. Even though it looks legit, and they just don't do it. So this is the only one. This is what it should look like. It should be the exact version you downloaded. It shouldn't say anything different than what it is you downloaded. So now it wants to download this into my version of Minecraft. If you've never played this version of Minecraft 1.14.4, it'll give you an error. I don't know if that I have. Let's find out. The installer is a little bit different now. It unpacks a lot of things, and it takes a few more seconds than it used to because they did have to rewrite the software from 1.13 till now. It says it's installed. Perfect. Okay, so I have played 1.14.4. You just have to remember that if you run a version of Forge, you have had to have played that version of Minecraft in vanilla at least once. I guess that's the latest release, so I'm sure I've played it. As far as Java goes, you would just go to java.com and you would hit download Java download. This is only if it's asking you to download Java because your Java is out of date. When you installed Minecraft originally, and it installed an older version of Java automatically, because Minecraft is a Java-driven program, so it automatically installed that, but it's wanting you to update said Java file. So you just download the Java file, you run it, and it would give you an A-OK, and you're good to go. Or you can go to this webpage here, and I'll put a link in this as well. It's oracle.com, and it's this link here specifically for the Java 8 environment download. And then you would have to download it based exactly on the operating system that you have. This is more advanced, but sometimes it'll ask for a specific version of runtime to install. And then this is where you would go to find it. Like if I was doing on my Mac, I would do this one here, this DMG file here, this Mac OS X x64. I would run that one. If I'm running on my Windows machine, I would run the .exe file. It would be Windows x64, and it's this one here, the second one from the bottom. And if you have an older version of Windows running, then I would run this one here, this i586 for Windows. And if you're Solaris and Linux, that's a whole different story. You know what you're doing at that point. If you're running on Linux or you're running on Solaris, you don't need my advice. You're far more advanced than I am. Close that. Now we have Forge installed. You can run Minecraft really quick to test it to see if it worked. I'm sure it's fine. But now we want to install some mods. So we're going to go to curseforge.com. I love this website only because it's owned by Twitch, and Twitch is owned by Amazon. So there are very few, if any, viruses or crap on this site. Most people that develop mods are not malice, so they're not looking to damage your machine. They want you to play their mods. That's basically it. Otherwise, they get removed from the site, and no one wants that. So here we go. So we're going to click on Minecraft, and it's going to automatically take you to mod packs, but you don't want mod packs, because if you want mod packs, you would just launch from the Twitch launcher and run mod packs from there. You would just download Twitch, go to Twitch and download the Twitch launcher. It's going to try to update all this other trash right now. But you download the Twitch launcher and launch the mod packs through the Twitch launcher. It's much easier. It's much simpler. You don't have to install anything other than the Twitch launcher, and it makes your life a lot simpler as far as trying to figure out how to configure a mod pack. And it sucks, so just don't. You want mods. So you're going to go to the very top link up here and click on mods. This is easy right here. Okay, we go to mods and we go to versions. Now we want to download. Oh, good, they separated. I absolutely love it. See how it says snapshot 1.15? Yeah, there's mods, but there's no Forge, so what would be the point? None. So we're going to go to Minecraft 1.14.4, and I wish you could separate by fabric and by Forge on here. So far you can't. I'm hoping you can in the near future. But yeah, it's going to download a bunch of the mods that we so much love. Iron Chests does work. Let's see if Just Enough Items works. We're going to download that. We're going to click on it. because sometimes it downloads not the version we're looking for. See how it says game version 1.12.2? Because that's the last stable version. You can click at the very top up here where it says files and see if they have it for 1.14. And I'm not seeing it. So just because it says it's for 1.14 doesn't mean it's so. It's not so. So there is no mod. So see how what I'm saying is like this claim that's in the 1.14 section, but it's not working. So it's not gonna work for us. That's lame. Let's see what else we have. See what I'm saying is there's not that many mods in particular that would make Minecraft more exciting in 1.14 point anything. So they're more or less plugins at this point and things that are not actual mods. I want to find at least one. Let's see zeros map. It says 1.12 file 1.14. Is this just for Fabric? No, it's for Forge. Okay, so we're going to download this. It's going to be an extra map. So we're going to download the map. It's like a mini map. I just clicked on download and it's going to count down right here. And then it's going to say downloading now. It's going to pop up the folder where it's going to download and it's going to be the file name and you're going to say save. It's going to do the same thing it did before. So now I can minimize this. I can open up my my downloads folder over here and there is zeros map right there, right? So you guys see it? All right, perfect. So now we're going to click on we're going to minimize this page here. We're going to click on the desktop and you're going to hit the Windows button and R. And it's going to give me this little run window. For Mac users, you're going to go to the Go window, and that is Command-Shift-G. But you got to be clicked off of everything else and only on the desktop. And it'll pop up the Go window. And then I'll put a link. I'll put the string that you have to paste for Mac users down in the description section below. You guys can grab it from there. That way you can just copy and paste it. And you don't have to worry about typing it in wrong. For Windows users, you're going to type in this, the $, appdata, $\, and you're going to say OK. And it's going to take you into the proper folder for Minecraft. And we're going to look for the mods folder right here. It's going to be about halfway down the page. Not mod packs, but mods. If the mods folder is not there, it's okay. This is after you installed Forge and it said successfully installed. Sometimes for whatever reason, Forge will not create a folder. It's a permissions thing that conflicted with your machine. You're going to right click in a blank spot anywhere and you're going to go down to new and you're going to select folder. When the new folder icon pops up and it says new folder, you're going to type in MODS, all lowercase, no spaces, no nothing, and you're going to click off. If it gives you this message here, your destination folder already contains the mods folder. That means the mods folder is in there. You just missed it. If it doesn't give you that, that means it created it. But I already have a mods folder, so I'm going to tell it no. And I'm going to delete this folder here. I don't need it. Okay. So now we're going to open up said mods folder. And we have some mods in there. These are for 1.12 because, like I said before, it is a good version of Minecraft. I'm going to create a new folder on my desktop because I want to remove all these. I'm going to type in 1.12.2. And I'm going to move all these into there because I'm going to pretend it's your computer and you should have no mods on there because this is fresh. So now we're going to go back to our downloads. I'm going to open that, open a new window. And we're going to look for that zeros map. There it is right there. I'm going to take it and we're going to literally drag it into the mods folder. From my downloads folder into my mods folder. This is safe. It's easy to use. Don't worry about it. It's nothing's going to happen. And we're going to go ahead and close all that out. And we're going to open up Minecraft. Now, it's a good idea when you're installing mods, especially onesie-twosie mods like this, to try them out one or two at a time. So that way, if it gives you an error message, you can remove a mod and go, okay, well, it was this one that was conflicting because it messed up with this particular mod, and it's just not going to let my Minecraft work. That's the main reason for crashes from mods, is that they're conflicting with something on your machine. So you want to go through and remove them all, and then go back through and dump them in one at a time and see if you can solve the problem by removing said mod. So now we got to go ahead and launch that version of Forge. And then if you don't see it in the launcher here, like if I scroll through, I see Forge 1.12 and a few other versions, but I don't see that one. Which it's okay. It will go ahead. We'll go ahead and add it to the installations icon at the very top right-hand corner of the screen over here. So we go ahead and we're going to click new. So you're going to notice we don't have it in our versions of Forge that we already have installed, 1.7, 1.13, 1.14. I don't know, 1.12, but we don't have 1.14. So we're going to add it. We're going to click on new, and we're going to name it. We're going to name it Forge. So that way we can distinguish between a Forge version and a non-Forge version. We're going to say 1.14.4. And we're going to select that version of Forge in here. So we're going to scrub through and we're going to see release 1.14.4 Forge because we just installed it, so it's there. And we're going to leave everything else exactly like it is and say create. We're going to go back to clicking on play at the top left hand corner over here. Bam. And then we're going to go ahead and select it from our drop down over here. And it should be towards the top, but sometimes it's towards the bottom. I guess it's going to be towards the bottom. There it is. Forge 1.14.4 and say play, and we're going to test it out and see if that mod worked. And this is where we get an error. If the game crashes, that means that mod didn't work, or we'll see if the mod worked at all. And this is really odd. It's actually showing me a memory dump heap for Zero's map. It's got its own weird launcher. So we know it's kind of working, at least it's starting to. Mod setup, process, final completion. I guess it's working. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and say new game, and we'll put it into creative just so I can show you guys that it works. I don't have to actually figure it out. You just jump into the game and figure it out. Okay, we'll wait for it to load. It's in the evening now. I had to re-record this part because the last one failed. The video failed. It is recorded my face, but not the background. It was really strange. Okay, so if I hit M, it should show us the map. There it is. It's all generated. Oh, beautiful. And you can zoom in. Oh, look at that. Look, there's a ship right there. Oh, dude, can you imagine if we got real Minecraft maps like this? Look at the temple right there, and then there's a sunken ship right there. That's a good map. Anyway, so there you go. So we know it works. There are, like I said, there are mods that do work, and there are mods that don't work, and this is one that does. It's Zero's map. I'll put a link in the description down below if you guys want to download this one in particular. Yeah, that's basically it, dudes. That's how you download mods. If you want to grab more mods and throw them in the same folder, you go through one at a time and you download as many as you want. And like I said, if you want to do mod packs, I just suggest using the Twitch launcher. It's much easier. It makes your life a lot easier. And yeah. So if you guys did like this video, if you guys can give me a big fat thumbs up down below, it's greatly appreciated. And if you're at all new to this channel, if you guys could click that subscribe button, please do so. It does help the channel out a great deal. If you don't want to, that's fine. Watch along and enjoy. Nonetheless, we're glad to have you here. And if you click the little bell, if you do subscribe, it does turn on notifications and it sometimes shows you guys when we upload. Until next time, guys, see ya.